Hello again everyone, Saka here, and welcome to a brand new first look at City of Gangsters, releasing on Steam August 9th. Link to that game is in the description. It's released by Somasim and Crusader Games, and I want to thank the developers for giving me early access to this title for a bit of a review, a nice kick around. And the email subject, which was very interesting, said Crusader Kings 3 meets Empire of Sin, and I've played both of those games on my channel, so of course I was interested right from the get-go. It's a little different from both Crusader Kings 3 and Empire of Sin, but the best way to do that is to hop on in. The tutorial is pretty good. It can get you where you need to be in understanding the game, so if you do get the game, feel free to hit that up. We'll be starting a new game, and we have different city layouts with a seed value. So essentially the seed will plug in different locations, neighborhoods, people, all that good stuff in the base map. So we'll just go ahead and give a few clicks to the random value. You can select your nationality, and depending on your nationality, depends on who you get along with. Like nationalities get along better than opposites, let's say. You can make male and female characters, and right now they are just portraits. You can go through and just have a quick randomize exactly who you want and select a starting skill. So it's sort of a trait that your character can have, giving you some replay value if you wanted to start a fresh game. And for this little preview, Lisa's ready to go with the respect for the law skill, reducing bribery costs by the cops, reduces the duration of each bribe, and reduces the likelihood of a police raid. So that is all well and good. Let's go ahead and start the game. And roads, buildings, everything is generated. We will be placed down in a random spot in Chicago here. And we will start in 1920. It is a turn-based game. You finally arrive in the big city, Chicago. The year is 1920, dawn of the Gilded Age. As you get off the train and take in the sights of skyscrapers and endless crowds, you know this is the beginning of something great. So here is our neck of the woods on the west side of the map. The blue area is the area in which we control. And where the Crusader Kings 3 aspect comes into play is each one of these buildings are run by an individual. In this case, you start with a warehouse controlled by a family member, and right now Julia Nikitin is our aunt. The building is under your control. The front for the building says EZX Core. This is the official business registered, so this is what we are doing on the street. There's empty space in the back to set up illegal operations. That is right here, so we can set up home brews, moonshine, ciders, brick wines, and homemade beer bootleggers if we have the requirements. In the warehouse, each 4 turns, every 28 days, we make 12 malt syrup. So if we make something that requires malt syrup, we're already producing that in front of the house, so not bad. Looking at our aunt, we can see that we have 2 favors with our aunt. Our opinion is plus 26 because of same ethnicity, distant family, but their family, and promise the parents to look after you. So this is where the Crusader Kings 3 aspect comes into play. It's all about who you know. In order to expand and buy the things you needed for a thriving workforce and a thriving empire, you need to know some people. So we can ask our aunt here. Let's see, I could use a bit of support, but we don't have any common friends. Looks like our aunt isn't doing too well. So we can do some favors for someone else and then ask them what they know. But what we can do is, for one of these favors, ask, do you know anyone buying what I've got or selling anything that I need? And she says, hey, talk to my friend Jesse. Go ahead and tell me more. And now we know exactly where Jesse is at. If we want to do that, we'll use up that favor, and now we know that Jesse is at the Dostel Home Revolution, and that she's put in a good word for us. So plus 15 with an extra favor. If we go over there and talk to Jesse, we can see what's up. The game is turn-based, so we can see our action points and movement points. We can see each point generated per turn. So we can do 2 things and basically move 11 squares. We start with a car, and why not? Let's head on over to Jesse. So we'll just right click, head on down the street, and we can see these businesses that we don't know exactly what they are or who's running it. We'll go into the Home Revolution and say, hey, what do you buy or sell here? Looks like he wants to buy small barrels and he wants to sell homemade beer. So at the start of the game, we're doing everything ourselves. We are taking things from our warehouse. If we look and see exactly what we do have in storage, we have 125 homemade beers ready to go, 4 lumbers, 12 malt syrups, and 25 moonshines. So beating the feet on the neighborhood saying, does anyone want to buy our homemade beer or moonshine? And if they do, train. Okay, that's good. We can go and manually sell it to them until we have enough money to hire some more folks, get a new vehicle, and then start trade routes between our place and others, of course, keeping the heat low on the cops. Our local police station is Precinct 5 on the corner of Swan and Arizona Street, and this is our local officer, Ann Popov. So if we can butter her up, make sure that she is on the up and up with us, she might turn a blind eye to whatever it is that we're doing here. Let me show you some of the map modes. If you're a fan of Crusader Kings 3, you're going to be familiar with map modes and quick access to the information that you need. So for example, if we wanted to see where moonshine is, we can see that the Kislev brothers buys moonshine and the auto service buys moonshine. That is something to keep in mind because we do have moonshine, and also we have homemade beer, and it looks like old Dostal Home Renovation does buy some homemade beer. So let's do our first run, shall we? We'll get out of the resource overlay, we'll head back to the warehouse, and we'll load up the car. We'll take $100, why not, and we will move over 39 homemade beer. Our little car is full, so once we get enough money, we can buy trucks. We can increase the hauling size that we've got, but right now, we can carry 39 homemade beers in the trunk. We have a baseball bat for defense and $100 in our pocket. Let's head on over and do some selling and see exactly how much we can get. So we are now out of movement points, and now we can go to the next turn. We're on June 1st, 1920. The next turn we go June 8th, 1920. So each turn is a week. And now that we're here at the home renovation, you want to sell homemade beer? I have some in the car right now. He wants to buy 25. He'll give us $200. We'll sell that off. And now we have $350. So we can also ask for a favor. And we want a bit of support for a common friend. So looking at the common friend, it looks like he only knows our aunt, and she's pretty good with us already, so that wouldn't make much sense to spend a favor to make our aunt like us. So keep in mind, it's all about the connections. If we can get in good with some of the other locals, they might know people that we don't know. And since we're here on the street corner, let's stop in Midway Storage and Van Company, and that is run by Bohemia Jonsson. And right now, she's not really going to trust us. She is at 0. It would be nice to find a common interest. So she wants to buy bottles and small bottles. Okay. And she also trades in things we don't know yet because of that trust issue. Heading on further up the street, the NKC Core is run by John Bauer. And he doesn't want to talk to us this turn. We run out of action points. So we can try to spend the rest of our action points to get the most out of our movement. And let's try to uncover some of these places here. So there's the auto shop. We head up the street, Morelli & Son Cold Warehouse. And we're out of movement points. Let's go next turn. And hello, Officer Popov. Nice to meet you. I don't have anything illegal in my trunk. No, sir. All right, Eugene Morelli. Love to talk, but the cops are nearby, so we actually have to wait for Officer Popov to move on down the street. We have Midway Auto Body here, and they don't even want to talk with the cops nearby, so we're sort of at the mercy of old Ann here. Let's move on down the way and go to the dance hall. So Ksenia Kiselev likes us at plus 23 because they know us from way back in the day. They owe us a favor. Hey, about that favor, you know me. How about a common friend? And now we can see that she knows several people here. Paul Kiselev from Ksenia, then Richard Kermek to Ksenia, and our Ella Klein. Interesting. So if we knew exactly what these businesses were, we could use that favor better, or we could just go for broke and say that we want to know. Tell you what, have Ella. All right, so Ella at the Park Meat Packers will like us a little bit better. Let's head on over there. There we go, plus 40. So if we had some action points, we could see what she wants to buy. We'll go next turn. Hello? What do you buy or sell? So she wants to buy grape concentrate. Interesting, I don't have grape concentrate. Do you know anyone buying what I've got or selling what I need? Oh, meet her friend Charlotte. Tell me more. All right, we'll use up that favor. So Western Gasoline, Charlotte might be buying what we're selling. Hey, Charlotte. So what do you want? She wants a homemade beer. I have some in the car. She wants 17. We've got 14. We'll go ahead and sell that to her for 112 bucks and making a little bit more cash. Now, we do know that someone wanted to buy some moonshine. So that is here at the Performance Auto Service and here at the Kiselev Brothers Cold Warehouse. So tell you what we'll do. We'll swing by the warehouse, pick up our moonshine here. Let's grab all 25 moonshine and head to the Cold Warehouse. We're selling moonshine. We have some in the car. You want to buy 14? Here's 14. Turn 80 bucks. Outstanding. I'll see you around. Now, as we are gaining money, this is where we can start making our own things in our back rooms. And as we take over territory, expand, and take over some city blocks, we can diversify our production chain. And we can see that we're making malt syrup. So ideally what we want to do is create something that uses our malt syrup. And we can see that the backroom homebrew uses 10 malt syrup and 50 stoneware crocks every 28 days or 4 turns to produce 50 homemade beers. That's fine. We don't have any alcohol bottles, so moonshine wouldn't be a good one. We don't know any apple juice, so cider wouldn't be good. We don't know where grape concentrate is, so no brick wine. And we don't have enough money or lumber to expand to backroom bootlegging. So let's build some homebrew. Once we get enough money in the warehouse, of course. So let's put some money in the warehouse. That leaves us with $92, $650 in there. Backroom operation. We'll make some backroom homebrew and build. So in 5 turns, we will be doing our own home brewing. So we will be waiting on that. And in the interim, we have 11 moonshine. Let's put in some more homemade beer in the trunk, finish that loading, and see who else wants to buy around here. All right, for sure. Let's see if there's something you're interested in. You got a feeling she also trades in things you don't know yet. So she's at a plus 23. They know us from back in the day. And she is friendly, although lazy and agile. There's not much here, is there? Never mind. All right, see you around. So we need to improve the relationship with her. And by clicking on her relationships, we can see that, let's see, she knows Ellen Klein. So if we can convince Ellen to put in a good word for us to Ksenia, that might be good. She also knows Richard and Paul, brother and acquaintance. And we do have some favors with these guys. So let's see if old Ellen will put in a word for us. So about that favor. We need support of a common friend, and we want you to talk to Ksenia for us, if you please. And now Ksenia is boosted. Now we'll see if she has anything for us around back. Hey, Ksenia, plus 43. Buying or selling? For sure. Let's see if there's something you're interested in. Okay. So even though she likes us at plus 43, she's not really selling anything. But what we can do is start talking about a conversation to set up a new front. So that's just outside of our neighborhood. We basically run this corner, and that's about it. So setting up a front at the dance hall will allow us to grow a little bit and encompass this area here. What exactly is involved in running one of these fronts for you? First, we need to get locals on our side, gain some respect as benevolent protectors. So keep your ear to the ground for any opportunities to throw some money around for a good cause. Got it so far? I sure do. What happens then once your respect is spread? Once people know about us and we control the new corner, our outfit will extend and offer protection to local businesses. We'll help protect our friends from misfortune. In exchange, they'll come here to drop off envelopes. I'll need you to collect them for me and not ask any questions. I know you're hesitant, so I'll throw in $100 to sweeten the deal. It'll be an honor to work with you. So we must have $100 on our person, and I believe we have some of that in the storage room, or we can do some selling of some local goods. So there we go, $142 on our person now. Let's get back and discuss that front. And there we go. Respect is rising in the city. A new corner has been added to our territory. And now our little blue mark is growing up. Outstanding. Your loyalty will be rewarded. And every now and then, we can come back to the dance hall and collect our money. But we do have to remember to do that. And if we wanted to expand even further, Ksenia has an idea for the block next door. I had a woman come in asking for help. Her husband died during the Great War, and now she's having trouble making ends meet. I think helping out some poor widows and elderly women could bring you renown. That sounds like a pretty good idea. And we will commit to those monthly payments. I'll see you around. Outstanding. So now that she is in our front, we'll go to the next turn, and we'll see. Oh, it looks like this front needs our attention here. How is our expansion coming along? All right, we're doing well, but running short on cash, and it looks like we haven't collected enough. I'm afraid we're in the red by $10. A temporary setback. I'll find us more contributors for $10. Outstanding. One of your crew members gained enough experience to gain a new level. Outstanding. On the experience ticker. So we can become a smart opportunist. Improved to level 1. Increases the number of action points per turn. That's pretty handy. Increase the number of movement points per turn. That helps if you're moving around a lot. And we don't really need combat effectiveness just yet. We haven't encroached on anyone else's territory. So more action points per turn should be good to go. We're becoming more efficient. In the interim, I think it's time to make some more money if we can. We have 28 homemade beer and 11 moonshine. And then we've got some pending stuff here. Under construction, so in 3 turns, our homebrew operation will be up and running. So let's see if we can find someone to buy this moonshine off of us. And actually, like right next door, the Kiselev brothers. Outstanding. So, plus 34, you've been doing business together, and they know you from way back in the day. We're going to sell some moonshine. We have some in the car. They want to buy 3. All right, $60 is $60. I'm not going to complain. I'll see you around. Oh, we've taken control of this corner. Things will be better now here. Glad to hear someone is taking charge. Things can only get better now. That's good of you to say, but we should make things better together. It'd be an honor to assist. How can I help? We're not going to demand payment. That we just started taking over, and we don't really need the money just yet. We're not going to force our hand. We could if we wanted to. So the next stop will be at the performance shop. Let's head on over here and see if they are good enough for us to buy the moonshine. Performance auto service. What do you buy or sell? So moonshine. We got some in the car. They want 7. We have 8. There's $140. A booyah. We can also learn new skills. Outstanding. And what favors do you have? A common friend. So we're full up on Ksenia, and we don't know Eugenie or Emmeline. All right, so let's boost up Eugenie for me, if you please. Outstanding. And then while we're in the neighborhood, we'll just drop on by, say hello. Plus 20. Yeah, we don't have enough action points, but perhaps Eugenie is in the business for some illegal goods. Nope, not much. All right. Support with a common friend. We could do a feedback loop and get even higher for Richard, or we can use her to boost up Emilian. So let's use up that favor to get Emilian warmed up. So Emilian fixes vehicles. Outstanding. His common friend. Yeah, let's feedback loop back to Eugenie. So it says, it's like, hey, I met your sister. Can you help me out with your brother? Oh, sure. We go over to the brother. Hey, brother, can you help me out with your sister? Oh, yeah, sure. So they're sort of talking to each other across the street. That's all well and good. So we have some homemade beer to sell as well, and that is here at the Performance Auto Service. So while we're here, let's get some beer sold. Oh, do you have a moment for a quick chat? Sure, I'm listening. So chat around the neighborhood as you're an up-and-coming type that your outfit will soon take over around here. Well, I wouldn't want to give much credence to rumors like that. I'm not going to deny them. What of them? To be honest, your outfit is, well, not that significant looking right now. But in our deals, I've seen a fire and drive in you. If you can prove yourself by taking over some more corners, I should be able to, shall we say, broaden your horizons a bit. So once we have 5 corners in our territory, we will complete that mission. I'm going to take some corners anyway, so why not? Be prepared to keep up your end of the deal when I get back. Outstanding. So once we have taken over 5 corners, we can come back to Richard and see what bonus he has for us. But in the meantime, you're going to buy our homemade beer. You want 15, we got 28. We'll sell all 15 for you right there. Outstanding. And who else wants to buy some homemade beer? Our friend at the Dostal Home Renovation Center. Now this may be a long drive, yep, over the river and through the woods essentially. But we do have an action point. Sell that homemade beer. We've got 13 in the car and they want to buy 19. They'll take all of it off of our hands. Outstanding. Alright, so that is all well and good. Let's get back home for our next turn. We don't have any action points left. We got 446 bucks in the vehicle. Next turn, July 20th. Is there anything left in the storage? Now we've got 1 moonshine left to sell. In the construction, we are probably 1 turn away from getting more malt syrup. Under construction, 1 more turn, and we need to get 50 stoneware crocks. So we need to find someone selling this. So let's take a gander for stoneware crocks. Wow, only 1 place seems to sell it, right down here at the NKC Corp. All right, sure. We've got some action points. Let's head on down over there. And I want to buy some stoneware crocks. We could haggle, but $2 a crock ain't bad. We'll pick some up. They have 22. We'll take all 22, please. Offer to buy. Goodbye for now. Let's drop these off back at base. In storage, the 22 stoneware crocks, and finish that loading. Outstanding. So, you can sort of get the gist of where this is going. Meet people, expand your horizons, take over corners, push some businesses, and basically just run fronts. It's Empire of Sin minus the whole real-time XCOM down-to-earth shooty game. It's more of a management and a high-level stuff for sure. If you're interested, check out some trailers. They show some higher-level gameplay of a more established person. You can see we've got plenty of space to grow until we run into a little bit of a faction, and we see a few more families around, but eventually take over the map and have an empire of lots of different trucks running to and from, doing your business for you, all that good stuff. I didn't get into combat yet. We haven't met anyone that wants to beat our face in, but that is always a possibility. So yeah, the link for the game is in the description. If you want to see me continue this save game, feel free to let me know, and I would be more than happy to. And thanks again to the developers for providing a key. But that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.